All right.
I'm never talking again.
Okay. That'll
You're
that'll be an
hosting
improvement.
Frog Pants. Fuck is that shit?
They're probably doing their Dungeons and Dragons show.
You know what I hate more than anything is watching people play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh no, they're doing their Overwatch tournament live from Vegas.
I don't hate that more than anything, but it's kind of one of those things that once you've played D&D with a group, watching other people play is really like hard to do. I guess it would be like if you were an athlete and you're watching like other people play, you're just like, I just want to play. Like I don't want to sit here and watch. I want to play. Like
I just want to be involved in this story.
Yeah, exactly. Like I want to get in. Put me in, coach. I'm a paladin. I got smite evil. Anyway, just let me know when you're live so we can.
Oh, I'm live.
He's on there. Yeah, we're there now.
I don't see it.
Just refresh it.
I'm refreshing, and now it says he's live. Wow, we're way behind because Matt sucks. Sorry. I'm so sorry, Matt.
You're not, though.
I'm not. All right, let me get levels.
Okay.
All right, this is John talking at his microphone distance.
Hi, this is Matt, and I am talking.
Female presenting nipples. It's TJ.
Okay, I'm just going to turn myself down a tad, but I think we're good otherwise. Or I could just step back from the mic a little bit, maybe. All right. Here's me talking. Matt, go.
Oh, hi. My name is Matt.
And I'm mic testing. That's what I'm doing now.
Okay, let's listen to that back. Okay, I think we're good. Speaking of gold, huh? How about them analog records, boys? Gold records? Gold? Isn't that a thing that can happen?
Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives... Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, it's a Golden Week PSN sale.
Oh, it's Golden Week? This week or next week?
I don't know.
It's gotta be next week.
You're next week.
I know about Golden Week because of Persona. Persona has Golden Week. And I have kids crying in the background. Welcome to
What are they crying about?
Everything. Hey! What am I doing? So what shouldn't you be? Get in the shower. I will throw things at you. This is not evidence.
I'm just getting some hashtags in for the hashtag
Fifth
salad
Amendment.
that I never do. Let's say here, Fifth Amendment. Hashtag.
Amendment.
What are some good hashtags, huh?
I don't know.
Browns.
Let's see what's trending.
Someone's angry about the Giants. I think they had 2 quarterbacks on the field at the same time.
That's football, right?
They're not playing right now. There's a draft.
Oh, they must have drafted two quarterbacks then. People are talking about 2 quarterbacks for the Giants.
That's 50 cents.
Draft day.
God damn it. God damn it, Matt.
Deranged Donald.
I did that
NFL
one.
draft.
Come on, give me some more trending hashtags.
Ration Gray.
Wait,
a Ration Gary?
Spoilers.
No, get out of here. I don't want those.
I want them.
Well, I'm seeing it this weekend, so I don't want it.
Okay, well, DM me your endgame spoilers when you're done.
I'm hoping to see it this weekend too. We'll see.
I
saw Captain Marvel last night in preparation.
Hey, I'm gonna give you a spoiler-free review of Avengers Endgame from just someone in a Discord I'm in. I just saw Avengers Endgame. It was all right.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. That's probably what's going to happen.
Well, hashtag Thanos. Let me get in on that. It's got a little special icon.
Yeah.
Hashtag
he's
Wakanda forever. Let me get that in there. Hashtag
DuckDuckGo.
I guess I'll just do at Jeremy Renner.
Okay.
Oh, that's not a real. He doesn't have a Twitter account.
I'm really sad that our post for last week's episode, the at Cobra Kai show, they didn't retweet it.
Yeah, those dicks.
Cobra Kai season 2. I'll hashtag that though, because you'll talk about that.
Yeah.
All right, there's my hashtag salad. It's a delicious piece of salad. Let's see what it is. It's deranged Donald, hashtag NFL draft, hashtag go pack go, hashtag endgame, hashtag yelling, hashtag fifth. I know we all know what was happening during that time. Hashtag hashtags, hashtag podcast, hashtag draft day, hashtag live, hashtag free Britney, hashtag Taylor Swift
Sleepy
is back,
Joe.
hashtag Thanos, hashtag Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, apparently
Put
that's
that-
Donald
put-
Trump's new nickname for Joe Biden.
I saw that. Put that one back in the draft, so Donnie, and come up with a different one because that's not very good.
Nope.
I mean, Crooked Hillary was stupid, but I mean, at least it
Yeah,
Stuck
it was
made
good
sense.
branding. It was effective branding,
Yeah,
we'll say.
like it made sense with their storyline. I mean, what are they going to say? That this man who is the same age as you, or isn't Biden the same age, if not only 1 year older?
I don't know.
All right, let's see. Joe Biden age 76.
I would have gone with Creepy Joe. I would have pushed to that.
Okay, no,
issue.
she's a full 4 years older.
Grandpa
Yeah.
Joe. Do the
Yeah.
Willy Wonka reference.
Yeah, Grandpa Joe would make
That would have been good.
because that makes him seem older, even though he's
Here-
only 4 years older.
Here you go. Trump hire me so I can do bad things to you.
I don't think Golden Week sale is happening right now.
Oh, sorry, I meant bad things for you.
Ma-
Bad things for you.
Cheap ass gamer fucked up on that one. I'm ready to go.
Yep,
We're ready
let's
to
do
go.
this.
Welcome to Politics Cast. I'm your host, John Rowe,
Oh God.
joined by my guest host.
Matt Hag.
I'm Kobe Bryant,
Kobe
NBA's darling star.
the Beef Bryant.
Yeah, I'm Kobe Beef Bryant. All right. Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 353. I'm your host, John Danger, joined by my co-hosts.
I'm Matt Haig.
And I'm TJ. Wait. Oh, yeah. It's May.
It's not me yet.
Why didn't anyone ever call Kobe Bryant Beef? Kobe Bryant.
They called him the Black Mamba.
They should have called him Beef.
It's what's
I
for
wonder-
dinner.
It is. Oh man, remember those commercials? It made me
Yeah.
like the musical Carmen, because they had a theme
Oh, that's
from
right.
that.
Yeah.
Is that where
Right?
that thing was
That's
from?
Overture.
It's
Yeah.
from some opera. I don't
I've-
remember if
I've-
it was Carmen or not.
I played it in a concert band once. I don't remember it. I mean, I remember the song. I just don't remember what it was called.
Beef song. Let's see what happens when I search for beef song. There's a song from 1994 called Beef.
It's What's for Dinner.
There's What's Beef by the Notorious B.I.G. Shake Hands with Beef by Primus.
I love beef.
Beef
Primus, yeah.
by T Grizzly from 2017. We've got
T.
No
Grizzle
Beef,
Beef.
the original mix by Steve Aoki in 2012.
Ooh.
And then for some reason, Jackorama Invasion of the Beef Patrol by
Invasion of the
Okay.
Beef Patrol is that's
the Dead
that's my spirit
Kennedys
animal.
in 1985.
Hey guys, Apex Legends, nobody's playing that anymore, huh?
No. Why would they?
No, I'm not even playing it.
I just want to mention that Apex Legends has less viewers on Twitch right now than PUBG.
Okay, the Beef song is actually Rodeo by Aaron Copeland.
There we go.
Oh, I must be confusing it with another classic commercial. Then that
I mean,
had a
the
song
Carmen
from
thing is
Carmen.
in everything. That
Yeah.
aria.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, not that one. I think there's another-
Yeah,
other songs.
But isn't the ba-da-ba-da-dum-dum, ba-da-ba-dum-bum-bum?
That's
That
from
was in
Barbara
Ren
of
and
Seville, I
Stimpy.
think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's check.
Doesn't-
No, listen to the Carmen Overture. This was in a beef commercial at some point. No, Matt, play the Carmen Overture.
I don't have it. I just have Rabbit of Seville for some reason.
Put the
Rabbit
Kermit
of
Overture
Seville.
on. I will forward it to you on our fucking Bonerville. What is it called? Discord.
Yeah,
Bonerville?
Bonerville 420.
Stop playing it faster.
This is the real speed, okay?
Regular speed. Yeah.
No, play this.
We were getting some culture, John.
The Carmen Overture is culture as well.
So is
Alright.
Yogurt.
Would you just listen to this motherfucking song and you'll know that it's from a goddamn beef commercial?
Okay. TJ, this isn't gonna play through the chat, so. Guys,
Act. Yeah, he fucking broke everything with that.
how's it going?
That's what you get for playing a song I didn't ask you to play for like 8 hours.
Can you hear me? You can't hear me, can you?
We can't hear your microphone at all. There, now I can hear you.
Okay.
What the fuck
Hey!
did you do?
I don't know. Burp. Na, 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 na.
Twitch, but I don't hear
Hey
the audio coming
guys.
Hey, is the audio working on Twitch? Because Matt said, or TJ said there's no audio on Twitch.
through. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, fuck.
Hey,
Yeah, when he came back, our audio came back. So all that.
what are you
music is gone.
doing there?
I think somehow the buffer on my audio program got set really small, so it was like overflowing.
Yeah, in my ears.
And
My
right now
fucking
the
ears.
program's not responding, but you guys can hear me.
Did you hear this song? This was on a beef commercial at some point. Right?
No, this is when you win Tetris.
No, that is not what
When you win
that's
Tetris,
from.
when you win Tetris Type B, you get this song. Well, he can still. Fuck.
How's it going?
Fuck.
I'm glad we
Oh, there it
hyped up.
is. Okay.
this.
How's it going?
What are you doing?
The whole thing's fucking up.
Everything should be good now. As soon as the delay catches up.
All right, well, it seems like it's caught up again.
Welcome to Born in the 80s. This
Are you-
is
Would you stop downloading your porn torrents? They're taking up all of your bandwidth.
my ports. No, it's not bandwidth. It was just a setting got changed on the audio program so the buffer wasn't big enough. And then shit froze.
Cool.
Hash-
Did you hear? What commercial? What commercial used
that? What's it called?
It's the overture for Carmen.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 353.
Carmen Overture commercial. It was in a Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial.
No,
and
that's not beef.
In 1988.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a beef commercial.
So for all of our audio listeners, I'm going to need your help. Please PM me your endgame spoilers. I know you want
I'm
to
going
talk
to tell
about
you
it.
right now, Matthew Hag, watching this Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial, definitely that's the commercial I'm thinking of. I just knew it was meat related, all right? I got the wrong
It
animal.
was meat adjacent.
Yeah.
Everything I do is meat adjacent.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. So TJ
right.
wants you to slip into his DMs with those
Yes.
sweet endgame spoilers.
Yes, absolutely. At May of May 84, give them to me. Give them to me quick. Give them to me hard.
And
Give them to
repeatedly.
me constantly. Yes.
Stop.
Give me-
Anyway.
It'll be like that gif of the lady with the hot dogs hitting her in the face. But they'll be
That's such a
endgame
good gift.
spoilers.
It's a great gif.
I call that gif a gift.
It
because
is
it's
a
such good
gif.
Is that Liv Tyler in that gif?
I don't
No.
think so.
That's just some random ass lady.
Hot dog lady.
Can I mention
You sure? You
A
sure it's not
thing.
Liv Tyler?
that I read about this week?
Go ahead, John.
Do you remember when the fucking government was like, "Oh, hey, by the way, we have a bunch of Navy people that videoed this UFO. Here it is."
Yeah.
That happened. They talked about how they had alien alloys stored in fucking Nevada. We haven't talked about it.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind
Yeah.
that we have like basically governmental proof that aliens may exist.
Or that somebody was like testing experimental
Some-
aircraft that's far beyond what we thought.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
possible.
That there's some sort of.
There's some kind of weird shit out there.
It's always.
But you guys, Trump said something. So, like, we got to talk about that instead.
What
Let's
did he
talk
say?
about what the president tweeted.
Oh, you could fill up a book with that one.
God,
Hashtag deranged Donald.
Every
Yeah.
fucking book.
I'm really glad that that's just where we are. Everybody's just sinking to the nickname level now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, President Drumpf, more like.
Yeah, because historically his family changed their name at some point.
Oh man. Yeah, TJ used to be TJ Ome.
Mm-hmm.
TJO maybe.
Yeah. Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe.
Please stop.
All right.
Please clap.
TJ, why do you want everybody's endgame spoilers thrown at your
Yeah,
face
why?
like so many hot dogs?
Why do you
Because
want
you c-
someone's endgame spoilers shat all over your face?
Like
I'm-
some kind of girl in some kind of tub.
Yes, or
Except for that she was shitting on her own face.
Yeah.
multiple girls with a single cup. I
Okay.
want them all.
I love that internet video. Multiple girls, single cup.
Uh-huh.
One girl, several cups.
That was the Russian or Chinese knockoff version. Multiple girls, single cup.
Yeah, I like the idea of a Russian knockoff. Yes, many girls, a few cups.
Well, they filmed that one with the old president. They got a little. They got some opposition tapes. Here's my 2,000-page long Twitter thread talking about it.
So
Buy my book.
I usually don't get a chance to catch media as it first comes out.
Why not? Don't you have children that are the target age for this?
No, they don't like the Marvel movies.
Well,
Not
Scarlet
really.
Witch.
My face is a Scarlet Witch. They don't want to see it.
Your
What
face
about-
is Scarlet Bitch.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she survived, didn't she? In a
Yeah, in the first one.
yeah. I don't know about Endgame.
Matt is listening to our Twitch right now.
I was
Yeah.
just paranoid. I wanted to make sure it was working, okay?
I'm glad. I've already done that a few times.
Yep,
So
I've been
we got you
going
covered.
back and forth.
I was
Um,
hoping to do it without interrupting the flow of the podcast.
Well, I'm an eagle eye, and I saw you pulling that camera up to your head, so I knew you were cheating on us with your phone.
So I'm gonna do it the same way I did when Infinity War came out,
Okay.
where
Which is not doing it at all.
yeah, not doing it at all.
Sorry.
I'm abstaining from the conversation.
Uh-huh.
I am joining the Marvel priesthood, but no, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it when it comes on DVD and it's available at my local library. #socialism. And
It is socialist.
But I'm okay with the spoilers. But people who see this movie, they're being told, don't tell anyone, don't spoil it for them. But they want to talk, and no one knows who they can talk or who they can't talk to. So
Yeah.
tell me.
Yeah. So you're like a
Tell
pressure
me.
valve. You're volunteering to be a
Exactly.
pressure valve for these people so they don't explode.
I will release all of their pressure.
Yes. All of their
One at a
pressure and
time.
all of their
Stop.
fluids.
Doing that hand motion while you say that.
This is a really dirty episode so far.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's got all this fucking annihilation of music and audio at the start of it.
It was an experiment.
Dirtied it up.
Well, I don't know why you're talking about that because you've obviously edited out of the final version.
Oh,
So
we'll have at least one
everything's
ear.
perfect and fine.
We'll have one ear blast left. In the
Oh,
podcast.
I'll cut back into it just so people can hear.
Okay, but bring the volume down so you don't actually blast people's ears.
It wasn't that loud for my headphones, but it was a very odd tone.
That's weird. I'm
Yes.
surprised you guys heard stuff because, like, usually when my shit fucks up, I'll hear like a repeated dit thing, but
Yep.
you guys won't hear anything.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so at May84, please PM me your endgame spoilers. Do it.
I've
Do it
already
now.
DM'd you a bunch of stuff, and
I
you didn't
know.
you liked it though, so thank you.
Yeah, but all the stuff you DM'd me, I just responded with what sounded like I was a robot. What did I respond?
Thank you, sir. Please RT and spread the word.
Yeah, and you didn't retweet the original one.
I tweeted you a picture of Donald Trump talking to the Grimace.
Yes.
A villager blowing up. What's her name from
It's Isabel.
New Leaf? Isabel. And then Garfield dabbing.
Yes.
And those are my endgame spoilers.
Yep.
I guess we'll talk about endgame next week because I will have seen it
All right, that's cool.
by the time we record again. Because I'm seeing it Sunday. I'm seeing it Sunday at 10 a.m. at the Flicks Brew House. I'm going to get myself a 10 a.m. beer. It's like I'm back in college.
Yeah, I get that.
Hell yeah, drinking in the morning.
Oh, you don't do that every day?
No.
Oh, yeah, me neither.
Well, no, it's just not beer.
Yeah.
I
Look,
just got
I'm
my handle
I'm
of
concerned
vodka.
about the calories, so I'm switching to vodka.
Yeah, straight vodka. I'm actually so concerned about the calories, I'm actually switching to butt chugging vodka.
Oh, I've got bad news for you then.
What?
You can absorb calories through your butt.
But it's so close to the end. You can't get a lot out of it before it goes out again.
I was actually thinking of like the cyberpunk future where like one day we've just got like an IV set up constantly where you can drink as much as you want and you decide, okay, I need to be sober now, and it instantly like filters all your blood.
Yeah.
I want that to happen. I guess what I'm trying to say is I want a dialysis machine.
Yeah, you just
Okay.
need to get an IV drip in your house for when you go drinking.
Uh-huh.
That'll help the hangovers.
I've seen pictures of that, like from people in nursing schools, where they'll just set up a saline IV to cure a hangover.
So I've got a story to talk about real quick. And it's about getting older. So we're recording this on April 25th, and
Yeah, 425.
somewhere in the realm of 8 days from this day.
Okay.
There's something special happening, or something special that happened. So you guys might be thinking, "Oh, it's TJ's birthday in
No,
8
that already
days."
happened.
Yeah, I get that. But 8 days ago was my daughter's birthday. And we still haven't celebrated yet here.
8 days a week.
8 days a week. That's right. That's totally right. So, I'm not going to tell you what I drove around and got her for a present because we haven't given it to her yet. Right, Layla?
It was a handle of
Okay.
vodka.
It was a handle of vodka.
It's her first car.
But while I was at the store picking up something for her, I got to meet my my old Nintendo rep from back when I was working at GameStop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he was there. He had found out the day before this day that he was going to be at the GameStop right next to my house, and he was demoing Labo VR.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Guess what?
Yeah.
I could demo Labo VR in my house.
Did you pick it up?
I bought it.
Nice.
It's still in the box.
Full kit or just the
Full
partial?
kit, baby.
Yeah, you gotta go full kit.
I want to stick my face in that bird's ass.
The bird was fucking awesome.
I heard that one's like one of the best ones.
Um,
Maddie, you know what I'm talking about when I talk about sticking your head in a bird's ass?
I mean, I have certain mental pictures.
Let me just get an image of this up on my screen.
All right.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you, Games Radar, for having an image that's 320 by 180 pixels. What the fuck?
Yep, you can stick your face into the ass of a bird. You can stick your face through the back neck of an elephant, and there's also like a camera and a gun. But
I really wish that I could get a
Oh.
large picture of this. All right,
I
well,
see.
we're just gonna have to screen share now, but that'll be an image on the website or on the Discord that you can see.
yeah,
But let's just
That's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other dumb thing about Labo VR is it doesn't have a head strap,
correct.
so you have to
So you
hold it
just have
to
to
your
hold it
head.
up?
Well, most every game you're playing, you're actually holding it to your head to begin with.
Yes.
Because you gotta like for the bird, you flap the wings by squeezing, and it makes the motion.
Yes.
Now, I didn't have to build anything because everything was already pre-built there, but
Oh.
everything felt really, really good. But now the bird one, he actually pulled a piece from the Labo vehicle kit. He had the foot pedal.
Mm-hmm.
And inside the flight little simulator, which felt like a first-person pilot wings.
Yeah.
Okay.
In that flight simulator, I was able to actually push down the pedal, and that helped extra air flow across the wings of my whatever it was, which helped things move along quite well.
Somebody's already selling a headset version of this, and the reason why I say that this needs to exist is because they announced that there will be updates to Zelda and Mario to have.
Yes.
Which is like, so I think their plan is to have you have the controllers in the headset and do this while you're playing.
Yep.
But I have a feeling that you would want the headset.
Or just like a tabletop tripod, like the Virtual
Well,
Boy.
no. So that's not. I mean, part of it is that the motion tracking isn't in the tablet. It's in the controllers. So when you move your head, it's the controllers.
Yeah.
So you'll need to have the controllers hooked up to get head motion tracking. But you can also definitely, I'm sure, and I hope that they plan on doing this, is have a setup where you can have the controllers on and then use the second set of controllers to control the game. But
I see what you're saying.
You know
that
what I
would
mean?
make
Because
sense.
I have
Like
a pro controller in my hand, and then I can move my head to do the view look. And because the reason why I bought this set was because, and maybe it's just because I would need to burn cash on my Best Buy Gamers Club Unlocked 20% off, and the Labo kit counted, so I got 20% off. But they announced that the entirety of Breath of the Wild is going to be playable in VR.
Yes.
And I was like, I need to buy this because that's one of my favorite games like ever. And being able to play that in VR sounds incredible. Even though I can't imagine it would work because the frame rate would have to be a nightmare. So they have the strap and it's like $15. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure they'll have other stuff, for it. It sounds like this thing kind of took off though, because I think people say it's like, I don't know. You explain. Like TJ, I've heard it's really good though, and
it
a fun experience.
Yeah, the lenses that you put into the headset really just feel like a almost like a Gear VR.
Yeah,
like a really good cell phone VR. The only issue I had when doing all the games, and it might have just been the controllers on Jason's Switch, the Nintendo Rep Switch. But I was getting drift to the right. So my center of screen used to be in front of me, and by the end of my 2-minute game, my center of screen was to the right. I have, it's probably just a controller thing. I don't think I'd have that issue on my end if I were to pick it up. But I'd say if you want a different kind of VR, I'd say go for it. I don't know if they're planning to do like a PS4 and have the YouTube app be VR compatible. I hope that becomes the case because they already have the tech for it.
Yeah.
Oh, John.
What?
That's the pedal, but it's set up so you're pushing down Toad's crotch.
Some crush porn.
I just want to mention that this is an official Nintendo video they put out of Toad fetish porn. Toad likes to be stepped on by a lady, and I want to mention that every time she steps on him, he makes his Toad noise where he goes. Rrr, rrr. And it's really unsettling. This video, I'm gonna share it on the Discord so that people can see. Oh, there's the Discord. I guess that's screen
it's
sharing.
the Discord. So TJ, you mentioned the lenses, and I've already seen people are like modding Vives to put the Labo lenses in instead. What is it about them? Are they just like really non-glary?
Oh, wow, your cats are fucking losing it over there.
Yeah, there's some shit happening.
That was loud.
Hey guys, fuck off.
I don't know because I don't think they're using anything fancy for a lens because it's fucking cardboard.
Matt, sorry, TJ. What? Okay, let's talk about the games. Like the technology. I don't know.
So
the games. What was the best one?
So I got to play 3 of them. Yeah, I played 3. I played the bird game, which was kind of like a Pilot Wings light plane.
Yep.
But in first person.
Stuck your face into a bird's butt.
Yep. Which I thought to turn was going to be to turn.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, I forgot about the roll axis where you actually have to turn your head side to side instead of turning it left to right.
They got me walking side to side.
Oh, exactly. Well, they had me in a chair. They had us all in a chair for this.
Wait, all of you were in one chair?
All. No, it was just,
sitting on each other's laps.
Most people didn't want to try it while I was there, so I got.
Was it because of your raging pink eye?
Yes.
It was his erect.
His head's just like seeping red eye.
They were just like, I don't want to get near that. This guy's having too much fun.
So after I played that one, I played the gun, the little cannon game.
It's like a super scope thing that you hold in front of your face.
It's like a super scope, and the game was basically blasting a bunch of aliens. And based on, I think it's how long you pull back, because I had to actually cock the gun for every shot.
Yeah.
The blast would either go shorter or farther.
You know, when I pull back really hard, my blast goes really far.
Oh, absolutely. You gotta relieve that pressure somehow.
Okay. Something about the Labo VR is very sexual.
Oh, absolutely.
They put that Toad stepping porn.
Although that one's not in the VR kit. That's in the vehicle kit.
No, yeah.
And then the last one I did was the take pictures of fish underwater.
Yeah, the camera one.
Yeah.
That one looked really like it actually looked like a really good usage of the technology because you can like turn the lens to like change the like zoom or whatever, right?
Here's the issue.
What?
Make Pokemon Snap, fuckers.
Maybe they will.
They won't.
I would love that though. Pokemon Snap is such a classic game.
Pokemon Snap VR.
More like Pokemon crap, right?
Oh,
Ah,
Matt with the bants.
More like Pokemon Go to the polls.
Yeah.
thanks,
Go to the
Hillary.
bathroom.
Remember that when that happened?
I was not aware of that at all when it happened. I just know about it after the fact.
Oh, okay. Well, it was a good thing you didn't know about it.
Hello,
ahead of time.
fellow children.
Yep.
I like the idea of just somebody just getting the hello, fellow kid meme wrong.
Hello, fellow children. Hey there, kids. Speaking of children, I watched the Neverland or the Neverland documentary.
Oh God, was it horrible?
Or what was it called? What's it called? Something Neverland.
Leaving Neverland?
Darling in the Franks. I don't know.
I don't-
I don't know. What it's
Leaving
called.
Neverland. I haven't finished Leaving Neverland.
Because Finding Neverland was the movie.
I will say a couple things about this documentary. Like, this documentary is too long. It's 4 hours.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Two 2-hour parts. And I feel like, well, the story is incredibly interesting and damning and just a nightmare, basically. You know, just seeing it and hearing about it just changes your entire, like, you know, perspective on the whole thing. It's really long. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is so long. And I didn't even realize that one of the kids in it was Wade Robson. And I was like, you know, you have all these kids and you're just like coming, you know, like he was kind of like grooming kids, like, you know, he would have them come to shows and, you know, pick them out. And like this kid, Wade Robson, was like 5 and he was basically just started up. He was obsessed with Michael Jackson and his dancing and he like learned all of his moves. So he had this like 5-year-old kid doing these crazy, you know, 1987, doing all these Michael Jackson Thriller moves and stuff. And he brought him on stage and all that. Anyway, and then they ended up hanging out and I was like, oh, and then I'm sure he dumped him and he went to nowhere. But actually, like, this guy was like what the early 2000s was. I guess he directed tons of NSYNC music videos. He choreographed the tours for NSYNC and Britney Spears. So, like, this guy was like a legitimate like dance guru.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like he got his start through, you know, working with Michael Jackson and stuff. So I mean, that's pretty crazy. Like, I didn't even realize, like, that's crazy. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty much a nightmare. And I don't know how to describe how you can ever think about Michael Jackson again.
That Neverland.
Yes.
I was getting this fucked up thinking this was Peter Pan.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
Peter Pan fucked all those kids
he
too.
he did.
Oh, I get that. Yeah, that's why they're always kids.
Why do they call him Peter? Think about that for a minute.
So do you think this documentary has affected your ability to listen to Michael Jackson music?
No, not at all.
No.
It's just, I mean, part of it is that he's dead. So it's like, what else can you do at this point? You know, he's dead. I will never think of him the same way again.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I
And
guess theoretically, if you're like streaming his music, that's the money's going to the people that enabled this still, like his family and it's like studio and whatnot.
I mean, that's somewhat true, but also a lot of that money is going to his kids who had nothing to do with this, you know? And so, I mean, that it's difficult, I guess. Like, you have to separate the art from the artist. You know, you can listen to a Wagner opera, you know, he was a Nazi, you know? So
Yes.
What can you do? It's he, you know, it's at this point, you have to say what he did was bad The music that he made was good. That's all you have to say. So that's that's what I have to say. We should ask every presidential candidate that and see what they say.
It's like all the books that were done on human anatomy.
Yeah.
Where the anatomy stuff was basically carved up carcasses of people during World War II.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They talk. I mean, there were a lot of medical advances that happened during the Nazi times that were not of ethically right. But it's something
there were
at that point.
Some, but I think like a lot of what I hear is that they were so bad at methodology, they were just kind of fucking around that there wasn't really any useful information that came out of any of those.
Yeah, and maybe it's to say that there wasn't any like breakthroughs, but there were probably things that were studied in a way that could never be studied again that may have sparked additional research done now, that may not have ever been looked into.
Yeah, and
so
even in like America, there's like a huge history of medical experiments being done on people without their consent. That's kind of fucked up. But we learned a lot of things, and we're now benefiting from that. It's a weird thing to feel.
What can you do though? Like, we can't just not use that information now.
Mm-hmm.
We can condemn the people that did that, but anyway. Wow, this got real heavy. I mean, I talked about a guy who molested a bunch of children, but
Matt, what the fuck have you done?
Nothing.
Yeah, Matt, what the fuck are you doing?
Nothing with my life. Hey, I started playing this new game.
You said Captain Marvel too, but
yeah, I did see
just
that.
reminding you of the thing you said earlier.
Yeah, it's in the doc. Did you know we have a doc?
So our document has
we have a duck.
We have a duck.
Approximately 20
Milkshake
items
duck?
for me.
Uh-huh.
TJ's got about 8 things, and Matt has 2 things to talk about.
Yep. That's all I did.
Matt, you gotta do some homework here. Come on.
All I do is work on music and video stuff, and I can't talk about that because it's really boring to talk about. It's like, well, I practiced something for a couple hours, and then I recorded it.
All you do is win no matter what.
Yes.
Every day.
That's what I said.
Okay.
All I do is win every day.
I also watched that episode of Doctor Who about the song Mr. Blue Sky where it ends with the guy fucking the pavement stone. So I might have filled in that last part. Anyway, I played a new game. Called Hearthstone. I played Hearthstone. It's okay. You're gonna get this. You know, like Magic. Not the concept of Magic, but the game Magic.
Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, it's like a card game where each card represents various creatures and abilities. Okay, imagine that, but like inside the computer.
What?
Yeah. And it's like the cards don't even exist, man. They're just on your screen.
So wait, when you buy digital cards...
Oh, I don't buy them.
You don't buy cards?
No.
So you're a scrub.
I just get them for free. That's why I'm so bad at this game. No, but I think we talked about it briefly last week, and that kind of put a wild hair up my ass that I should play again, and I've been playing pretty much constantly since then.
I didn't start again.
Just doing like classic
you can get
decks.
on my phone too.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I haven't played on the computer at all.
Definitely
haven't been playing at work. Definitely not that.
Can I tell you of the exact moment which I quit playing Hearthstone and have not played again? So I was like, I can play this on my tablet. This seems fun. And I was playing Hearthstone on my tablet, and I was doing a whatever, not like a quest or whatever they are, daily thing.
Yeah, daily quest.
Oh.
Yeah, where I had to win 3 games. And I had just played like a bunch of games, and I was on my 3rd game, and I was winning, and the app crashed. And I was so heartbroken, I uninstalled it. So I was like, I literally spent like 2 hours playing games. And then I'm winning, and a game fucking crashes. And then I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I was just like, it was such an ordeal to get 3 wins.
I stopped playing the first time because I was like trying to follow the meta and stuff, and I just couldn't keep up with all the cards that were being released.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to spend a ton of money on opening random packs. And I might get there again because I can't build super complicated decks. I just kind of do the basic decks, and that gets me to around rank 16 or 17. And I don't think I'm going to get too much farther beyond that. So there will be a point where I just get sick of like banging my head against that particular wall.
All right. Well, I'll download it on the computer at least to start. Maybe we'll play some casuals.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since I've played.
What you can do if you get good enough at arena,
Hashtag get good.
if you there's a point where you can get good enough at arena that it becomes a self-sustaining cycle. Because I think it costs like 150 gold to do an arena run, but then you win gold and cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you get, I think like 10 wins, no, less than that. I think 7 wins in an arena run, you'll get enough gold to buy your next arena run. And a lot of people that don't want to spend a ton of money on cards will get all of their cards through that process. So I might give that a try. That's a whole different thing though, because then you have to know about like the strategy of drafting cards and stuff, and that just hurts my brain.
Yeah, I just can't. Like, I'm not into card games that much, and so it was hard for me to get into it. I definitely like the way Hearthstone works much better than Magic, but I actually don't like card games that are like monster management card games, if that makes sense. Because the strategy to it is just too much for me. So I like the card games where you have moves that you're running and not like creatures with hit points and things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before this, I'd been playing Card Quest on my phone, which is it was either super cheap or free. I can't remember which, but that's kind of like that where you're facing like a bunch of monsters, but then all of your cards are attack or block or like buff yourself up. And
I play Card Quest.
It's all just versus computer too, so it's a lot simpler.
Sorry, I'm adjusting my mic because I scooted way down in my chair.
John's always scooting.
I just don't want to be super bad. Oh, hey, it's on Steam.
TJ, what was your class when you played Hearthstone?
I just defaulted with Jaina the whole time.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think that's the same thing I did when I started playing World of Warcraft. I was like, I understand how wizards work.
Yep.
They shoot fire at stuff.
Which is why I want what's the name of that asshole priest? Alduin?
Yeah, something like that.
He's a dick shit.
Anduin.
I kind of wanted to Anduin. There we go.
Yeah.
Alduin's the dragon from Skyrim.
Sure.
The big bad last dragon or something. I don't know. I'm not very far in Skyrim. He's the one who fucking almost kills you at the beginning, or saves you by killing everyone else.
Sure.
So I have a semi-quick update on some gaming news that I mentioned in last week's episode.
Okay.
So,
TJ said he has a semi.
I do have a semi. So we were talking a little bit about the Persona 5 spin-off shit that's been happening. P5R and P5S. With P5R getting a name, Persona 5 The Royal. It now has a full trailer. And Persona 5 The Royal is going to add 3 extra months of gameplay. A new playable character, a new place in Tokyo to go to, and a new ability to enter people's dreams that will let you re-enter the palaces of old and give you different movement options as you go through those palaces. So it is a full Persona 5 plus a lot more stuff. And that's coming out on Halloween in Japan and next year in the rest of the world. Okay. Recommend look up the trailer if you haven't had a chance to. Now, P5S is a little different. P5S was what people were thinking, oh, this is going to be a Persona 5 thing on the Switch. And, it's probably just going to be Persona 5 or whatnot. And there was a teaser site that came up about a week and a half ago that said P5S information coming on April 25th. So today, hot off the Persona 5 and the Persona team are working together with Koei Tecmo
Yep.
and Omega Force to make Persona 5 Scramble. I know it's got a subtitle of some sort. Persona 5 Scramble, the Phantom Strikers. It's the fucking Persona 5 Warriors game. So it's Dynasty Warriors Persona. Coming
Yes.
to PlayStation 4 and Switch. I had a tweet about this because you guys know how I am when it comes to Persona, because I can't stop fucking talking about it.
Mhm.
And you guys know how I am when it comes to Warriors games, where even though I just play them, I just keep fucking playing them. Where the fuck? I did this today. My
Well, I'm
tweet go
watching
away?
a trailer for this right now, and it looks pretty
Okay, come
sweet.
on. Let's not watch trailers while we're recording a podcast.
Well, I'm going to paint a word picture for you. Get
Okay,
this.
thank you.
You're a slashy hero,
Yep.
and there's a shit ton of enemies coming at you in waves.
Oh, it's in my tweets and replies because I reply.
Yeah, it's a Muso game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Muso game. It's straight up a Muso
It
game.
looks pretty cool, though.
So here's what I did, because I replied to the official ToeJam and Earl account because they were asking what people's thoughts were on it. I'm like, I will begrudgingly get this on day one. I will then begrudgingly enjoy playing the story. Then I will feel compelled to continue playing through the extra content, trying to 100% this game out of spite. This is why Hyrule Warriors Definitive is my top played game on Switch. I think I have 120 hours on my Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, which is more than I've played Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is still only at about 35 hours.
Nice.
Oh, it's pathetic, but I'm actually excited. It looks really interesting, but it is going to be a repetitive hack and slashy Dynasty Warriors clone. It looks like your personas are going to be your Muso attacks, your super attacks.
Yep.
I kind of want to see how it plays, but there's no timeline for when it's going to release.
Mhm.
And knowing Koei Tecmo, they can drop these things like they're freaking Easter eggs and do them about once a week. We'll get it mid 2020 if we're lucky. That's my prediction.
Yeah, it's kind of like they've been hyping up releases of information to only give us a little bit more information.
And even when it is something of note, it's something that's disappointing a lot of fans. Because I don't think that there's going to be a huge amount of Persona 5 fans that will like a Muso game based off of it.
Yeah. I mean, they're a pretty divisive genre.
Yeah.
I mean, people are either into Muso games or they think that they're absolute trash.
Yeah. Well, there's probably a fair amount of people that are like, well, I've got Hyrule Warriors. This looks pretty much the same, so I'm good.
Yep. And they are kind of like that.
Yeah. I'm still going to play it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the art style looks really cool for a game, like big hack and slash game.
I'll need to lend you my copy of Persona 5 so you can... Because most of the art style is borrowed from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a pretty definitive art style.
Yeah.
There's one thing that the developers of the Persona series is that they know how to make an art style. And they know how to make it look goddamn good.
Yes, absolutely.
Persona 5 is one of the best just stylistic looking games ever.
Which reminds me, they had the Smash Brothers update just came out, which I haven't played Smash in a while.
Haven't smashed in a while.
But last week, Joker's now in Smash. The Mementos level is there, and it will change colors depending on the music that's playing in the stage. It will change to yellow if it's a Persona 4 music, and change to blue if it's a Persona 3 music.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It does seem like they're supporting that game quite well. I think the fighting community is kind of really taken on to that game. Are they still stuck on
what is it, the GameCube version or something?
Melee?
Yeah. I think they're moving off of Melee. I think that's what's going on.
There's still the melee cores, but there's enough of a following with Ultimate that it's more the one that people are wanting to watch.
Yeah.
So it's the one that people are putting their time and focus into. And as of I think last week, Smash Bros. Ultimate is now the best-selling fighting game of all time.
Wow.
Not bad for a mid-gen gaming system.
Yeah. I mean, I bought it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why. Because I just was like, because those games are really more fun when you have a group of people to play with. But, some of the single player story has been kind of fun to play, and unlocking characters is always fun because it's just kind of random and you get new characters to try. And I don't know. It's a good game. I just realized that I'm on Discord talking.
Yeah, you are.
I feel like I've been talking on Discord probably since like TJ and I were hanging out that one time.
Yeah, you were in the Party Games channel. I noticed that when I opened up Discord. I was like, oh, well, John's talking to himself.
So you probably could hear what was going on in my house for quite a while.
No, because
I didn't go into the channel because I don't want to.
I know, but like,
look,
I suppose
I run a tight ship here. I don't want to fuck up this podcast with audio issues.
Fair enough.
Hey,
fair
John.
Enough. Yeah, what's up?
What's the Coco's?
Coco's? I saw the movie Coco.
Oh yeah, I saw that a while ago too.
It was on. It was on the whatchamacallit?
The Netflix.
The Netflix, yes.
I have kids and they've seen it. I still haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
It's actually pretty good.
Moana. I've heard they're both great.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen Moana.
I thought Coco was really good. It's one of the most colorful Disney movies ever.
Mm-hmm.
It is a really interesting subject matter. It's a very interesting. It's just cool to have that cultural perspective and story told in such a matter-of-fact way of the Day of the Dead. And
for anyone that's unfamiliar, it's about the Day of the Dead stuff.
Yeah, and about all the
traditions
and
stuff.
Yeah, and all the traditions that Mexican families have about how they have their I don't even know what the Mexican or the Spanish word is for it, but it's like a shrine. It's similar to what Eastern cultures have, where they'll have pictures of loved ones, up. And the idea is that on the Day of the Dead, you put the pictures of the loved ones up, and then they can come visit, you if you have their pictures up. And so the whole point of the thing is being remembered and how important it is to remember the loved ones that you had.
Yeah, because you find out partway through that when the last person who remembers you dies, you cease to exist.
You die.
You die in the afterlife.
Like, honestly, if I was a kid, that would have fucked me up.
There
is a character
hard
who
to think
dies
about now.
in death, and you're just like, wow.
Then you're just like, you just don't exist anymore. What the fuck?
Pretty fucked up. And it kind of centers around a character who is a famous Mexican musician who's in soap operas and stuff, and the kid, finds out, oh my god, I think that's my dad, because he finds an old photo, and his storyline, the timeline matches up with this guy who left his family to go pursue fame, and then he's like, oh my god, my mom or my great grandmother was like, oh, this asshole left our family, and so we hate music, and he wants to rekindle his love with music with his past. And it's a really cool story. It has a lot of twists and turns. I don't want to spoil anything, but it actually goes pretty far. It's a Pixar movie, or it's not a Pixar movie, it's a Disney movie, but has some of that Pixar making you want to cry moments in it.
Yeah,
there's some particular songs and moments dealing with family that were really hit good. It's just a gorgeous movie to look at, though. Mm-hmm. And the little dog character is really funny.
And the whatever, I forget the word for it, but the guardian.
Yeah, the guardian spirits that they have.
That they're all super bright and colorful.
Yeah, it just is such a great looking movie. Like, what was it, Moana? I like Moana more, but it's because the music in Moana is so fucking good. And Moana's kind of very colorful too, actually, now I'm thinking about it.
Oh yeah.
There's some really good movies they've been putting out lately. And then a whole bunch of shit because they're putting out like 20 live action Disney movies this year.
hmm
Fucking Dumbo, which nobody wanted to see. Aladdin, which I have zero interest in seeing. Lion King, which I have zero interest in seeing.
Well, Aladdin I don't care about because Jasmine's wearing more clothes.
Well,
Controversial statement.
I just
I'm just glad
after-
all those animals in Lion King are naked. Nice.
after seeing the live Beauty and the Beasts,
Why would you do that to yourself?
my wife was like, "It's amazing. You should watch it." And I watched it. I was like, "This sucks." Like, I love animation, and like, it's like, hey, remember all these awesome, colorful animated things?
Mhm.
Let's make them look real, and it's awful.
hmm
Like, I loved the way that Beauty and the Beast looks. Like, the art is so good in that movie, and then you just have like sets that are, and it's just like,
Yeah,
this is
I mean,
not-
especially for like all the animated furniture and stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, animated in the coming to life sense.
yeah,
But like, I don't know how you do that in a similarly charming way with
yeah. The
CG.
Lion King is gonna suck so much ass.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sorry.
I mean, I'll make a callback to Steven Universe, the season finale.
The
But
series finale.
we don't know if it's going to continue or not.
Oh, okay.
It feels like a series finale, but
Yeah.
just the animation of Steven fusing with himself—that's a slight spoiler, but doesn't really get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
Was just so well done and so emotional because there's just something you can do with the way that you animate things.
Yeah.
It just really gets to your heart.
And it's something that gets lost, I think. If you try and do live action stuff, and not to mention they got fucking Will Smith as a genie. But like the way that the original Lion King looked is so iconic and beautiful. Like you remember the Be Prepared song with all the lighting and the
Oh yeah.
the Nazi stepping hyenas and like the graveyard with its just like black and white backgrounds with the ominous green shades and the colorful jungle scenes, like all that's going to be gone. Like, at least based on the trailer I saw, it looked very basically lit and looked really normal. You know,
I think it's part of it is when you go into like 2D animation, you have to make a bunch of creative decisions to compensate for limitations. But when you can just do photorealistic computer stuff, you're not really forced to make those same decisions.
I'm not saying that. I mean, there can't be good stuff in 3D either. Because if you look at the 3D elements that were put in the old Aladdin, even, I thought it just enhanced the 2D visuals.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether
And I
it's
mean, all the Pixar movies look great,
Oh, exactly.
even though they're 3D. But
when you're
there's a
going for that
difference.
photorealistic style, you lose something, I think.
I think mostly the expressivism in the
Yeah.
faces.
yeah,
Because you're trying to express faces in just something that feels forced.
Mhm.
well, and I think of this like live action Disney Lion King is, you have Julie Taymor, create the Broadway version of Lion King with all the incredible costumes, incredible, African inspired art, the incredible like colors and music from that show. And then the opposite of that is this let's make it look real bullshit. Like, I want to see like the exciting creativity here and not just some like it's like Avatar, like, oh yeah, it looks really good, but I want something exciting. Avatar actually looked really cool too. I gotta give him some credit there. Some of the art style and that's pretty good though, like the floating islands and all
But
that.
with that,
That's
you're
really good.
dealing with an alien environment.
Yes, correct.
So you can.
That's what was
you
so
can get
exciting about that.
creative with it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Whereas if you're just dealing with like, I could just watch fucking Planet Earth.
Yeah.
Like that's.
Which is what we got in the last Airbender.
Oh my God, you're right. That's a perfect example.
Yep.
Where it's like, let's just make it live action, and then it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, it had no emotion. It was just so dry.
What a fucking misstep that was. And the worst part about that is that it ruined what could have been an incredible trilogy of movies.
Yes,
Because that Avatar Last Airbender story is so
Which-
fucking good.
I think the problem is the fact that they were shooting for trilogy.
Yeah.
Because I think there was a perfect arc for them to go half a season, and go
Yeah.
for 6.
Yeah, there's no way though.
But yeah, they just they're trying to put 440 minutes of stuff in hour 20
Yeah, I mean it's
or hour
difficult.
30.
Well, and the parts that they decided to cut out was all of the humor.
Hmm.
Like I would say, I mean, dare say, Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra are some of the best animated shows on in the last decade, last
Yep.
2 decades. I mean, they just like the animation's gorgeous, the voice acting's incredible, the story is both engaging and interesting, but very human and like realistic, but also an incredible fantasy world full of fun, hilarious moments and characters. Like it's such a great show.
And for the most part, they tell you the rules and they stick with them. You're
Mhm.
not pulling any Deus Ex Machina bullshit, other than maybe the last episode.
But even then, I mean, like,
Even then, it's
it's so good. And Legend of Korra, I think I liked almost even more.
because it's less about the magic and more about the humanity.
Yeah. Well, and I think one of the coolest parts, and I don't know, I'm assuming, Matt, you haven't seen Avatar or
Nope.
Legend of Korra. Okay. One of the really cool things about Avatar and Legend of Korra is that there is a timeline between the two that is kept to, and that just the world building in the world of Avatar is so good. Like the fact that you have these different Fire Kingdom, Water Kingdom, Earth Kingdom, Air Kingdom, and they're all different Asian like histories. Basically, you have the Fire Kingdom, which is the very Japanese architecture and look and feel and kind of maybe even character arcs are very imperialistic, and then you have the Earth energy faction, Earth Kingdom, and they're very Chinese, and very with the architecture and all of that and the music. And
the 2 different water tribes.
The water tribes are the Inuit type tribes, the far north and far south. And then the Air Kingdom were like the Tibetan monks, which is not really a race. It's more of a profession.
Yeah.
But anyway, but that's the idea.
But I mean, they made them nomadic, but still, it's there's a lot of stuff there, and then
just the colors and the art style and the history. I mean, that world building in that felt so deep, and then it's taken a step even further with Legend of Korra, which takes place 100 years after, 80 years after, something
about
like
80,
that.
I think, because I think Zuko might still be alive.
Some of the character, not Zuko. Who's the lady, the girl, the waterbender lady?
Oh yeah, you're right.
She's alive.
Yeah,
but she's very old. She's like 90.
Yes,
like she's super old. And yeah, because the main character is Korra is a waterbender who comes from that tribe. But anyway, the voice acting, the voice actress that does Korra is so good. But the idea, Matt, is that this fantasy world that you saw was like basically this very much kung fu era, medievalish, Japan, China. With some technology coming from the Fire Kingdom with in terms of like steam power and boats and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take that 80 years forward, and everything looks like the 1920s.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
full steampunk.
It's so
full steampunk
cool
with technology and
I'm not a huge
narrating and stuff.
I'm not a huge steampunk guy. But the way that it feels like this is the natural evolution of the way this world would be. Like technology is caught up, and part of the awesome bit of Korra is the way that world works is that there's you're a bender is someone who can control an element, and it's usually by birth and from what region you're from, and there's various exceptions to that. But for the most part, some people have powers and some people don't. Some people can do it, some people can't. And you're at this point where technology is starting to meet what some people can do with their bending powers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so there's this like, it's very much like an X-Men trope of, there's the Superhero Registration Act kind of thing is coming in where it's like, well, these people that can use these powers, We have technology now that makes our lives better. That used to be these people that could use their, powers over the elements to help make our lives better by building things, but we can do it on our own now, because we have technology. So we should probably not allow these people who could be criminals and be super villains. And it's so good. Oh God, that world building is just so good. And
They
I
even
want to
build
watch the whole thing again now. I'm talking about it.
They even build a natural sport out of what would
Yes, a sport.
uh,
yes, the water bending or the bending sport.
Yeah, it's pro bending.
Pro bending. Yeah, they're like, it's actually really cool rules. Like it's just a very deep like what's so cool about that world is I feel like you could base like a D&D campaign or a pen and paper RPG campaign off of that world. There's just so many cool rules with their magic system.
And you could play as a non-bender and still be fine.
Yeah. Especially later on.
There are enough people that just are good with their physical skills. I mean, if you go back even to their to the Avatar Last Airbender part, I do think that oh fuck, what was his name? Sokka. He did well on his own.
Yeah, so one of the main characters
Boomerang
cannot bend, but he gets really good at fighting. It's a lot of kung fu as well with the show, a lot of martial arts.
Each bending style is a version of kung fu.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. And it's actually really, Adam and I talked about this I think years ago on the podcast, but it's very deep how they go into like how each bending style is following a martial arts style that is very similar to the type of element that it's based on, and it's just it's so deep. Like they really thought this through when they created this, so I really appreciate that.
I have a bit of a public service announcement for people that might be seeing Avengers Endgame shortly after listening to this. The movie is just over 3 hours long, which means that you're probably going to have to pee during it.
Oh, I heard of the times that you can pee.
I've found there are 4 pee times. The first is the San Francisco title slate. This scene comes about 30 minutes into the film, and it focuses on Ant-Man. It mostly
that's too early.
It's just
I know he has to pee 30 minutes.
It's just Ant-Man piecing together plot points that everybody already knows about. Apparently,
give me the one
just over an hour into the film,
a
bunch of the Avengers eat lunch.
Yeah.
So go pee while everybody's fucking eating lunch.
That's what I heard. I heard it described as when you see the Hulk eating lunch, go pee.
Like, okay, sure. Break 3 is a conversation between Tony and Pepper, which, like, who really gives a shit? And then your last chance.
All she wants to do is put jade eggs in her vagina.
Yeah. And then your last chance is when the New Jersey title slate comes up, because there are no, and they repeat, no good times to take a bathroom break after that.
Yeah. If
you don't do it, then you have to make it to the end of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, from what it sounds like, based on I've read of descriptions of the movie, not spoilerizing, but the first like hour to hour and a half are kind of getting the band back together.
Yeah.
And then once that's done, it's pretty much you can't not watch because it's all important plot events happening.
Like, I can't imagine that in the writing they catered too much to people that haven't seen the first one or like any Marvel movies. I don't think they're like, okay, we have to explain who Thanos is. But at the same time, it does
Who's
seem like...
that guy? Who's the big purple guy?
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Thanos!
It's a Pikachu!
It's half a Pikachu.
Classic internet video. Who's that Pokemon?
It's Jigglypuff.
So I'm looking forward to that. Seeing that. And looking forward to Game of Thrones, where everyone dies.
Mm-hmm.
This also this weekend.
Spoilers.
I'm gonna have to start watching Game of Thrones one of these days.
I think you should. It's very good.
I've been meaning to for a couple of years, and I just haven't gotten around to it. It's just like
if you ever need an HBO
so big.
Login, let me know.
Yeah.
Well, wait, Matt. Do you still have Hulu or not?
I haven't tried it, but I assume so.
I don't think so.
Unless you changed something.
I had to change something based on, I don't remember. I had to like update something. It required me to update.
Mm.
But I do get HBO through my Hulu. So if you have Hulu, you can just go on the Hulu app and watch HBO stuff from that, which is
All
really
right.
cool.
Now, does Spotify now give you Hulu if you have Spotify Premium? I thought I heard something about that.
Oh, I think
Or
it might
maybe
be the other way around. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I still think my favorite bundle that I have is Spotify Premium just comes with Hulu. Oh, but it's access to the ad-supported Hulu, which sucks ass.
Yeah.
Fuck that noise. I pay for the expensive Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a pretty. I would totally think that would be a great deal if you could get Spotify and Hulu together for like $15 with no ads. But because
Yeah, it's
no.
interesting.
Well, yeah, and Hulu, of course, because Netflix raised their prices again. Boy, you know what's really interesting about streaming? I feel like that Netflix subscription is going to be the first one to go for me.
Probably.
Because once they lose all their Disney content, which is all the Marvel movies and stuff they have on there, what am I going to watch on Netflix? Because a lot of the other networks, and especially because of how cheap Disney Plus is going to... Let's talk about Disney Plus.
Let's talk about Disney Plus.
The Disney streaming service.
Is it live yet?
No, but it'll be live in November for $6 a month. And we'll have every Star Wars movie and TV show and every Marvel movie and TV show, including new ones.
Damn, for $6 a month.
$6 a month. Like, that's it. Like, and meanwhile,
I wonder if they'll do
Netflix,
it as like an Amazon add-on.
Yeah, Netflix is now, I think, $13 a month.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
I watch a lot of stuff on Amazon more than Netflix these days.
Yeah, I like to watch stuff on Amazon as well.
I've been, for the most part, doing like Verve and Dropout. The stuff from the premium stuff for College Humor is actually pretty damn good. Highly recommend if you ever want to like get a taste of stuff. They do have full episodes of a couple of the beginning stuff on their College Humor YouTube channel. Because Total Forgiveness is, think a prank show, but instead of a prank show, it's more like two people are giving each other challenges, and as these challenges get won or lost, they win money to help pay off their student loans. It's two of the College Humor cast. They brought it up with their with the producer, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll put up money for this."
Did you hear about that? Elizabeth Warren wants to cancel student debt.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all for that shit.
I already paid off my student loans.
Well, that was your mistake, you dummy.
But you want to know what I have to think about it is I still support it.
Yeah.
Because
you're not like, oh, well, I got mine, so fuck everybody else.
Well, I do have to pay for my wife's student loans.
Oh, right.
But mine are paid off. But I already paid, $20,000 off of my student loans. But it's kind of one of those things. Is like, why would I not want everyone else to get that? Like, I was able to afford it, so I did. Like,
I'd love to be able to pay for an apartment or a house.
Yeah, like, and it's
I will
just
never be able to do that.
Yeah, because I mean, the student loan debt is just insane. But even more so than that, oh my fucking people! Like, it's just the funny part too is seeing. Sorry, we got political. Is seeing the scramble to discredit this and people being like, we don't really have a good reason why this couldn't be done.
Yeah,
I mean,
I guess economically, because of like the income bracket of the people that generally have a lot of student loan debt, a lot of that money would just get pumped back in the economy. So student loan jubilee would be like a huge economic stimulus.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, we're talking about. Like, just think about this, Matt. If you didn't have to pay student loans per month, what would you do with that money?
I would buy a machine that turns wood into to gold.
Okay. What about you, TJ? What would you
Place live?
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
We're talking
That would
about
take a huge chunk out of like what I pay for rent.
a new car. You know what I mean? Like we're talking about like.
And honestly, I'd
People,
spend it all on like guitar pedals and music stuff.
but
And a
regardless, that's
Switch.
money being spent in the economy.
Mhm.
I mean, we're talking about money right now that is being funneled to banks, that is going to investors, stock market investors, basically
Yeah.
that own the.
And it's going to like international banks that are
Yes.
consolidating these loans, so it's
Mhm.
the money's just gone. It's not
Yeah.
going to get pumped back into.
Yeah. But more than that, though, is that the proposal also included free tuition for new students as well that met certain income restrictions. So it's kind of a situation of, it's not literally just, oh, these people who paid too much in student loans get forgiven. It's no, just college is going to be something every American can do if they want to.
Yeah, it'd
If
be
they
interesting
academically
to
can.
see it mirror like the general schooling system where it's like everybody at least has access to a public college. And if
Yes.
you want to get fancy and spend a bunch of money, you can go to a private college.
Exactly.
Like it should run similar to high schools and stuff.
Mhm. And the funny part is I mean, and the thing is though, and this is what Elizabeth Warren is my number one favorite, is that she's like, I got a policy plan that's already planned out. We're going to get the money by taxing people that make over $50 million a year, 2%.
It's
That's
really interesting that she's
75,000 families. That's it. 75,000 families will pay for every American's college. That's
insane.
And the funny thing is, their effective tax rate will still be less than the equivalent families back in the
exactly
20s, 30s, 40s,
I mean,
50s, 60s,
we're
and
talking about
70s.
drops in the bucket of tax increases for these people. It's because the income inequality in the U.S. is so absurd at this point. It's not like there's a point where there's like old school Republican people are just like, okay, we kind of have to address this. I mean, we're the party for free market economy, but
yeah, I mean,
this
when
is
somebody's
weird.
proposal is I'm going to tax billionaires 1% more, it's hard to be like, but no, all the billionaires I know will, like, I've never met somebody that was that rich. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, even
with the money they would have to spend lobbying, it becomes a point where, like, literally, and this, I mean, Bernie was making some inroads in 2016 with a lot of blue collar workers saying, like, here's some ideas I have for the middle class, and it's hard to fight against that. Like, because when you come and say, here's the plan, we need X money, we can tax the fucking owner of Walmart 2% more, which to me seems like very little. That's 2 cents out of every dollar more, and he's going to make, and you're going to be able to go to college for free. We're talking about blue collar workers who are losing jobs to automation. Hey, you can go to college for coding now. You can, if you want to, you have that opportunity. It's just this.
or you
why
can
would
finally
anyone
get
not
that
want
dance
this?
degree you've always wanted.
Yeah, and even as an aspect of people that are billionaires, as someone who works for a large company who knows the struggles that large companies can have with finding talent, especially with the unemployment rate being so low right now, can you imagine how much better the American citizenry job pool would be if everyone could get a college degree? And how much stronger our country would be for companies looking for highly educated workforces to come to. Because you have a lot of countries in Europe where college is free. At least the original master's degree is part of your original education. Or if not free, very heavily subsidized to the point where it's affordable for most people. And then she also has a childcare plan. So she literally has a plan for.
Of all the Democratic nominees, Elizabeth Warren is really the only one putting out policy proposals, which is interesting because that sort of drives the conversation where she'll put out an idea like this, and now everybody has to think of a way to respond. Like they have to come up with their stance on her issue.
To be fair to Bernie, he's also a free college guy. He's been talking about that forever. But he didn't have a specific policy plan where she's literally like, here's how much money we'll need. Here's how we can get it. Let's fucking do this. Like, how hard is this? Let's make Americans' lives better.
I mean, it's almost like somebody who used to be a university professor knows how to like do homework and get shit organized.
I know. Anyway, sorry. I just gotta stand out a little bit for my girl Liz. But yeah. So I hope that does happen because I think it would make a better world.
Even if she doesn't get the nomination, I think that she needs some kind of like high level cabinet position or something.
I mean, education, huh? Let's get
Or
education
even just I don't know all the positions because I'm dumb, but some kind of economic thing. Because like
Yeah.
that's what her professorship was about. I think like economic.
Yeah. I mean, she
differences
sells
and-
herself as, and now she's the difference between her and like a Bernie is very much I want democratic socialism.
Mhm.
Like let's move towards systems that they have in the Scandinavian countries and in France, where there's a lot more government control over programs. Whereas Liz Warren is different, although she's extremely left compared to a lot of other people. But capitalism is a great system that works, and I love capitalism, but we need to have ethical capitalism with good regulations so that things don't get out of hand. And that's how I think is the best system. Because capitalism is so much better than socialism when it comes to creating
I just don't understand how that's
innovation.
even like a controversial statement. Like
No.
obviously companies don't have your best interests at heart. So their goal is to make money. We need to have other institutions that have a goal to protect you.
Yeah. Hence, I think she was head of the Consumer Financial Protection Agency, the Senate committee for. I mean, like, that's what we need. We just need better regulated businesses, And we're not talking about regulating things to death. We're talking about common sense shit. Like maybe we shouldn't have 1% of Americans making more than the lowest, like 70%. Like it's not sustainable. The money is leaving the economy and sitting in huge bank vaults. You know what I mean? Like
Historically,
it's not
this
down.
level of economic inequality leads to revolutions. So
Yeah.
like,
Which
I don't
isn't
know.
going to happen.
I
in the
think
US because we're just not that far yet.
I don't know.
We're not.
Well,
that
I don't
far
think it'll happen soon, but I think we are possibly
yeah,
moving down that road
50
if we
years
don't
from
change
now?
course.
Yeah.
So like the sell to the 1% would be like, okay, look, we need to mitigate some of this or shit's gonna get real bad.
I mean, we're talking about. I saw a study saying that they said that 40% of seniors won't have enough money to live off of with assistance from Social Security. Like that is going to be crushing because who is going to pay for that? Their children are going to pay for that, or the system is going to pay for that when they are in and out of ERs or homeless, and like it is going to be a nightmare moving forward unless we can fix the healthcare system for one, because these people can barely pay their medical bills off their Social Security. So anyway, save up for retirement, kids, if you can. But of course, that's a hard thing to do when you're paying student loans and living. But it's just tough.
Yeah. The important thing is that we build that wall.
Yeah, but we got to spend billions on a wall and not on like childcare.
But it's not quite a wall. It's like call it a barrier if you want.
Yeah, it's like a look. The real wall was inside us all the time.
But like, okay, so I'm married, right?
We
don't have kids. We don't have kids. Now, thinking about possibly having kids in the future, I like children. I'd like to probably have kids. I think my wife's the same way.
Don't bring any children into this hellscape.
Child care costs in Madison, where we live, in Wisconsin, are around $1,400 a month. I can't afford that. That is almost my mortgage.
That's insane.
For one child.
So it's like daycare and food
Daycare
stuff.
and food, yes. Mm-hmm.
Poop bags.
Yes. It is economically impossible for me to have a kid right now without massive support from family members.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, And that's another plan. Good old, Liz Warren has a plan for that. It's called childcare credits.
Well, there's like countries where when you have a kid, you get a big basket of shit from the government with like baby supplies and stuff.
It's not even that. I mean, it's literally like we have from birth through, end of high school coverage, preschool should be covered. And her plan is literally creating state-run preschools that'll be like precursors to your K through 6 education.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and of course, by creating that, also creating jobs for all of the daycare people with wages similar to that of, which isn't incredible, but K through 12 education. So the idea is creating jobs that actually make good money instead of daycare worker money, and giving everybody a place to put their kids for an affordable, depending on your income, you can pay. I think they said it was capped at. They want it to be capped at something like 8% of your annual income is all you'll ever have to pay for childcare, instead of right now it's somewhere around 16%. You know what I mean? So to me, oh man, $1,400 a month to have a kid, that's kind of insane. $700? Okay, I could probably swing that. That's like 2 car payments. Like I could probably handle that if I script.
I just imagine you looking at a baby and then like a little overlay pops up that shows a dollar amount.
Yeah. How much am I spending on this kid? You got to make money. You got to put him in commercials.
Sell that baby.
Yeah. We got to make your baby earn for you.
Teach it how to talk like that baby from E-Trader.
Yeah, E-Trade baby.
E-Trade baby.
But anyway, sorry, I just got myself really bummed out about how the economy is like booming, but also crushing.
Yeah.
Man, my stocks are doing great.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't understand finance.
I've got 10%. I made 10% over the last 3 years on my investments.
So, like, historically, if the economy is good, an incumbent will get reelected. And I guess technically the economy is good now, but everybody I talk to is not feeling that on a personal level. I don't know if we've been in this position before.
So the economy is different than the stock market. And that's, I think, what the president and what the administration and what a lot of people are trying to say. The stock market is great, but your economy for your average worker, the money people have day to day, doesn't feel better.
And like unemployment is good, but people are earning shit wages.
Correct. And that's starting to come back because, it's a cat chasing its own tail, because as employment goes down, they're going to have to raise wages to attract people away from jobs because the people want to. So wages will slowly catch up to that. But it's slower historically than it's ever been for recoveries. There's some reason wages aren't increasing at the speed that they should based on the unemployment rate, but it's starting to catch up. But it's almost like, this is a fucking nightmare world we live in. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's talk about something
Can
fun.
we just all agree that money's bullshit and we should stop having it? Let's stop doing that money thing. It's just made up bullshit.
Yeah, no more money.
Okay, I'll trade you songs.
All right.
And you trade me food and shelter.
Okay. I want to go over a new segment, and then we'll do a bite answers if TJ's got one.
Okay.
Okay, so if you remember, I don't remember what episode it was, maybe 1 episode ago, maybe 2 episodes ago, I talked about a Twitter account that I have now started following, and it's called Reddit Ships. And it is just excerpts of Reddit /r/
like relationship advice and stuff.
Here it is. My 30M wife, my 30M, so sorry, they're always confusing me. My, 30M, so the guy's 30-year-old male, wife,
or 30 meters tall,
of 2 years, is afraid to kick out her sister, 34F. So we're talking about an older sister by 6 years. After we found sister spying on us, sister won't get a job. All right, so this sounds like a real delightful situation to go into. So we're talking about a sister who is 6 years older than her younger sister that seems to be a deadbeat without a job, who's moved into an apartment. Looks like, no, condo. Got it.
All right. Well, that could still be apartment sized.
Yes. So in July 2018, we both agreed to let her sister temporarily move in with us. Her sister's girlfriend at the time had just broken up with her and made her leave the apartment. This woman had been cheating on her and was generally being shitty. So this partner of her sister was cheating on her and being awful and kicked her out. So you felt bad. She got cheated on and dumped. Terrible. And lost her place to live. So after talking with me, I agreed we could let her stay up to 3 months just so she'd get back on her feet, to find an apartment, find new roommates, find a new job. We own a condo, so there's no lease or rent. We own a condo, so they must have it paid off as well. Wow, at 30. What economy is this guy living in? We all agreed that at the start, the sister would contribute by being responsible for buying her own food. That seems pretty easy, You buy food for yourself. Help keep the kitchen stocked. First couple months went fine. Sister held up her end, used her savings to buy food, and even paid for a third of our utility bills. Seemed like a good start. No regrets so far. Then, as it got closer to the deadline she'd agreed to, Sister began dragging her feet. This is around October. Since then, she quickly began contributing way less as her money began to run out. She began helping herself to our food. Not noticeable at first, but soon very obvious. She just began eating our food in front of us and rarely shopped for her own. She also became more slobbish. As the spare room she lived in now looks like a hoarder's nest. She leaves her dishes in the sink for us to do, leaves her laundry piled in their bathroom until her wife tells her to wash it. Now I'm saying at this point, this is the common trap you have with letting relative live with you, is them not putting up their own end of the deal. Like TJ, you're living with relatives right now. Mm-hmm. Everyone's expected to kind of do their own part.
Yep.
And it's the point when you start allowing that to happen is where it's like, well, you're setting a precedent now that I don't have to pay.
It's just the slow creep.
Yeah, you have to toe the fucking line with this shit. Like, I mean, this would have been better if they wouldn't have done the food thing, if they wouldn't have done the utilities thing, is just say, you need to pay us X amount of money a month for rent. It would have been simple. And that's like, if you don't pay that, we're going to kick you out. And because the food thing
and really, make up a little contract and sign it and stuff.
Simple. Anyway, so she also became more slobbish. She just leaves laundry pile in the bathroom until my wife yells at her to wash it. Now, during the day, my wife and I both work at full-time jobs. We assumed that her sister was using that time to figure out her life, which is looking at apartments, hunting for jobs, filling out applications, seeing friends, maybe start dating again. Instead, in November, we confronted Sister about our agreement, and she had a breakdown over not having a job. She confessed to my wife that actually she had not applied anywhere since moving in. Oh, wow. She also hadn't made any effort to find a new place. All those days, she's just been watching TV and reading fan fiction. I like that detail. That feels right. She told my wife she was severely depressed and couldn't do anything else. Now, remember that this said found Sister spying on us. We haven't gotten to that yet. It already sounds pretty bad. So my wife and I now made the first mistake, which was giving her another chance. I like this. 3 more months. Really? Come on. I would have said 1 more month. Which she could be in therapy for her issue and taking the job hunt seriously, showing us proof that she's actually applying at places. Okay, so those months go by, and it's the end of February, about a month ago. Throughout this time, she's been showing us what looked like evidence of applications, showing us the postings of open positions, shows her resume, some cover letters, and other materials. She sent us my wife's selfies while at different places whenever she got an interview. Still, end of February, no job offers. Tough economy, unemployment's really high right now. So then it comes out after a lot of pushing on our part and a lot of BS on hers that she was making all of this up.
That's almost more effort than just trying to get a job.
She's at the point where she's literally putting in more effort to fake looking for a job than actually just looking for a job would be. She just copied a bunch of sample cover letters off the internet and tweaked them a bit. She never actually, well, I mean, that's what everyone does for a cover letter, is you look at samples and then edit it to be for your things and use the same formatting. She never actually applied for any of the postings she showed us. She go to random office buildings and stores to take selfies to make it look like she was there for an interview. She put more time, it points out, she put more time into making it look like she was trying than actually trying. At that point, I was done. And I told my wife she just needs to kick her out. She had more than enough time to sort things out, but sister had another mental breakdown over being a failure who can't get a job. I love that you have mental. I mean, obviously, maybe this person needs therapy and has some issues.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
I'm
with
thinking-
the breakup and stuff, it could be like a depression spiral, but still, like, you have to try and get yourself
Well, and
out
it
of
sounded
that
like they were trying
situation.
to get her to therapy and whatnot to help
Mhm.
address this. But I mean, part of depression and part of therapy is you need to you need to meet halfway.
Mhm. Yeah.
We're going to give you help. You need to like be like, okay, I can get my life together. Let's work on this. Clearly, it's not happening. Maybe in this situation, this married couple is not being very supportive. We don't really know the situation. Who knows? But regardless, she's over being a failure who can't get a job, who's clearly not even trying. She can't seem to stand up to her sister. I mean, it's an older sister. It's a tough situation to be in. You're the little sister. It's your big sister, Okay, so that was last month. Now to the present day, it's April. And she's still here, still BSing about her job search, not picking up after herself. This morning, I found proof she's been spying on us. I found a hidden camera disguised as a shampoo bottle in the shower.
Where's she getting money for that?
Note that our bathroom is private, connected to our bedroom. The bathroom she and any guest use is accessible from the common areas of the condo. So she had to go into our bedroom. I wonder if it was the wife that did this, though. She had to go into our bedroom and do this. I did a sweep of a room in both bathrooms and found more cameras disguised as normal household objects in our room. Both were pointed toward the bed. What the fuck? I showed them to my wife and we confronted her sister. Sister tried to play dumb. Well, how else would they have gotten here? I wanted to call the police. The absolute best case here is that she was perving on us privately, or just my wife, her sister. That seems like the worst case. The worst case is she was streaming us in the shower or having sex to the internet.
Yeah. Well, if I was to guess, I guess she's gathering blackmail material for if they try to kick her out.
Yep. 100%.
That's fucking crazy.
Gathering blackmail material or gathering evidence of some sort of wrongdoing she could use as, I don't know if we're hoping arguments would happen in front of there and showing them that they're bad. I don't honestly know. Blackmail sounds like it. I mean, when we're talking about someone who is dressing up for an interview and standing in front of an office building, taking a selfie to prove that she's doing a job interview instead of actually doing it, that sounds to me like the type of person who would be collecting blackmail by doing spy camera shit rather than just looking for a job. Yeah, so that's going on, huh?
Yeah.
I like the idea that she's streaming their life on like some fucking webcam stream.
And she's secretly making a ton of money.
Yeah.
She just doesn't want to pay rent.
Yeah. That's part of the like the sex crime part. Like it's dirtier that she's doing it in secret,
What if it was the wife and she was just like, oh, yeah, that must have been my sister put those cameras there.
I don't have some sort of creepy fetish or anything where I like to watch like you in the shower. Or
I definitely didn't suspect that you, my husband, were cheating on me and put a bunch of cameras around the bedroom.
Oh, yeah. That's a great point, actually.
Man, that's weird. So are we ready to solve the world's internet problems?
I'm just reading some of the Twitter comments to this, and I've got I got probably a great one here saying maybe they should get in touch with the old girlfriend to see if she experienced any of this up close and personal, just to see if it's, hey, does this sound like something she would do? Because that is crazy. Otherwise, you need to like get her evicted.
Mm-hmm.
But like, because that is some weird shit.
Call
happening.
the cops.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Yeah, that is a red alert. Oh my god, what the fuck? Yikes!
Hey TJ, let's solve the internet.
Yeah, let's do that because I'm getting tired and I got super early work tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
I've just got a quick one I want to pull up before I pull up our regular one. Why does Biden think he has a chance after what he did to innocent women? I mean, what kind of sick person thinks that it's okay to give someone a hug and whisper them words of encouragement?
Oh, I have an easy answer for that.
Yeah.
Apparently, the majority of voters, because his poll numbers didn't move at all after that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which was it's both depressing and surprising.
Yeah. I feel like that we could come up with a word for depressing and surprising, and that's like what the
Suppressing.
word for 2019
Depressing.
is. Depressing. Thank you.
Depressing.
Depressing.
Because
That's the
suppressing is what I
episode
do
title
every
right
day.
there. I'm gonna write that down.
All right, trademark. Born in the 80s. Depressing.
Surprising.
There's been so many depressing moments since 2016.
Yeah, I mean, we got the fucking even like look at the Notre Dame falling. Like that,
Yeah.
I was depressing and I was surprised by that happening. That was depressing.
But then
Anyway.
it turned out to be pretty much okay.
TJ, where's your bite answers though?
All right, so
I can't solve that other one about Biden.
we're not gonna solve it because
We already answered it.
That's true.
All right, this one is titled "Age Gap Relationship."
Or like thigh gap.
Yeah, I was gonna try to go there, but I couldn't.
Hashtag that gap. All right,
That
go
gap.
ahead.
There is r/that gap, dat gap. Sorry. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm a 37 years old man. Already good start.
Okay. Yep.
I haven't been
Middle-aged.
in a relationship for a long period of time.
Okay.
I
Sounds
went back
great.
to school a few years ago to have a better job. Every time I meet someone I like at school or work, she is 10 plus years younger than me.
So wait, this is the 37-year-old who was in your college class that was like, "Hello, fellow kids."
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone knew this guy in college. Okay, go ahead.
Right now, there is a girl in my class. I have talked to her a few times.
Stop.
Yeah, stop
ahead.
it.
Ooh, excuse me. I really would like to ask her out. She is in her early 20s, so the gap age hits me again. I don't know if she is interested either, but she is really nice. However, the semester is about to end. I don't know if this makes any difference, but thanks to my mom's genes, I look younger than what I'm. And because I haven't been married and have not children, I see life from a different perspective than a regular middle-aged guy does.
Now, to be fair to this guy about the age gap, what is it? Half your age and then add 7?
Yes.
Yeah.
So 37. Let's just go 38.
Yeah.
We'll just pretend that like early 20s means there's a 15-year gap because that's easier math.
Yeah.
Well,
either
half
way.
his age plus that is around 22.
No, it's closer to 26.
Or is it? Oh, I
Yep.
forgot to add 7. Got it. Moving on.
All right. He also adds, when some coworkers of my age are having a conversation, I have nothing to add. And when I like to talk about something about movies, games, or concerts, they are not really interested. So I wonder if women of my age would be interested in date me.
Yes.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
Interested in date me.
Okay.
I see videos on YouTube about couples with a 15 or even more gap age relationship, but at the same time makes me wonder, do I have a right to be happy
Yes.
with someone younger than me?
Well, not that. Well, you have a right to be happy, yes. It doesn't necessarily mean you can force somebody else into that situation.
I will say, yeah. Okay,
Well,
so
here's the thing.
Okay, go ahead. Go. You go first.
I'd say there's no harm in taking that shot, especially at the end of the semester. Don't
Shoot your
be
shot.
like creepy about it. Just be like, hey, I like talking with you. Want to hang out sometime? Or whatever, But then, and this is the important part. If she says no, don't be creepy. Don't be a creep about it.
I'll just finish this up because we're almost done anyway. I think she might think I'm in my 20s. I don't know, but I don't behave my age either. I don't pretend to look or being young. It's just the way I'm. He contracts that I am all the time.
Yeah.
So this might not be a native English
Yeah,
speaker.
but based on like the grammatical stuff, it seems like yes.
Yep.
So this is a Russian spy in a
Hello,
classroom.
fellow child. I too am American young person.
So I like.
Hello, fellow child. Got it.
I like this guy. Okay. I got a lot of thoughts. All right. So one of the things that he's trying to unpack here is him saying that he doesn't feel like he has a lot in common with people that are his age, basically. Like he feels like and that's fine. I mean, it's very, and then part of that is probably being single as long as he's been, is that typically people your age have been in relationships for, at least 10 years, if not longer, 10 to 15 years at that point. So they're usually interested in things that people that are like been married for 10 years are interested in. So, like they might be happy to just hang out together or do couple things and that. Whereas you're probably interested in more what people in their mid-20s, who are usually not in long-term relationships yet, are into, and that's hanging out and
getting
drinking
fucked up and playing Pong. Yeah.
So that's fine. I think, go for it. I don't think it's that crazy for someone to, you're talking about dating college students. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
As someone who's also a college student, I think you need to not hide your age, but also if she's into it, it's not
there's also no
crazy.
reason to be like, hey, this is my age. Like,
yeah,
if it doesn't come up naturally, don't force it and don't be awkward about it.
Yeah, I don't think that there's anything necessarily wrong with it. I just think that it's almost worse that you're bringing it up, maybe. You know what I mean? That makes it seem worse than it is. When in all reality, I think once you get past college, it's kind of anything goes.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. I don't care. He is beyond the acceptable age gap of half your age plus 7.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that as long as you don't get into illegal territory, that gap is probably pretty flexible.
Oh yeah, we're talking about half your age plus 7 for a 100-year-old would be 57-year-old, which seems like a pretty big age gap to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't, break. But I think at these ages, it sounds about right, though. I think dating someone more than 10 years younger than you wouldn't have a lot in common. But if you think you would have a lot in common, then maybe
I think for
you're
me
fine.
personally, like dating somebody in their 20s sounds like the most annoying thing in the world.
Holy shit, man. Oh, man. In my old job, when I used to work with a lot of people that are right out of college, I couldn't do it. We just are on different wavelengths now. Like, I'm into, sleeping in and
lawnmowers.
Lawnmowers and things. And they're into getting wasted at bars and having parties and and Tinder.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to do Tinder anymore.
For now.
Don't you say that. Fuck you.
I got a fucking ring, baby. I'm locked
for now.
Up for life. Yeah, that's always true. Anyway, can I just, before we end this, just go with the Reddit relationships that I found that I'm not going to get into.
Well, wait. First, I have one more thing to say for answering the question. And that is that he should definitely not friend her on Facebook.
Yeah.
Just don't.
I agree with the wait until school's wrapping up to make the move.
Yeah.
Because then you'll be in different classes and nobody will care.
And don't overhype it to yourself, because then you'll get all nervous and you'll probably fuck up. Just be cool. Just have a conversation. Talk to them. Women are people too.
Okay. I just want to mention this title.
Okay.
Reddit relationships. My 24M girlfriend, 27F, so 3 years older girlfriend, is throwing used tampons away under our bed. That's all.
That's not where those go.
All right.
Does that count as throwing away?
If there's a bin under there, but
no.
Otherwise it doesn't count.
They had been together for 2 years, moved in together 6 months ago. Things are going great. Discussed engagement. She's a very normal, wonderful person who I love, and she generally keeps things very tidy, which is why this is so shocking to me.
He should just walk into the bedroom one day and be like, "Does something smell like really old blood?"
Okay, I've got this. Now I want to just galaxy brain this one right now. We also keep clothes under our bed, mostly for storage and to keep our dog from crawling under the bed. How do we know the dog isn't stealing those out of the garbage and putting them under the bed?
That's a good point.
Yeah,
Dogs like blood flavored things.
correct. Which is why our dog isn't allowed into one of our bathrooms. Because we just don't need that happening.
They're like little sharks. Little furry sharks.
But yes.
All right,
All right.
TJ, how do you
Oh,
solve
they're
this?
so cute, though. Did you get the part about the bloody tampons in there?
Yes, I put the bloody tampons in there. So this is what I've kind of.
The answer ends with the bloody tampons. But you know what we think is it's just the dog. What do you think?
All
What
right.
do you think?
Part of the reason you don't feel like you typically connect with people around your age is that you haven't been in a long-term committed relationship yet. There's nothing inherently wrong with asking her out. It's more important that the two of you get along and mesh well. If she's okay with it, just go for it. But if she declines, don't make a big issue with it. Just move on. But you won't know if you don't try.
And then you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott, Born in the 80s podcast.
That is definitely the dog, though. Like that's my thought in that one.
That is definitely the dog. Okay. All right, let's see if... Okay, cool. It posted. We earned 2 points.
Yeah.
Also,
How many points do we have?
Also, I looked at our notifications. We have not been getting any notifications at all.
Well,
really
that's because
bugging me.
nobody wants our... We tell the hard truth. The real
I know.
truth. Nobody
We have
wants our honest shit.
We have 165 points.
Can we spend those on like Best Buy bucks or something?
No.
This Reddit relationship Twitter is the best. I'm just going to read you a couple hot headlines. Let's not get into. My boyfriend of 1 year literally licks plates clean, and I find that unpleasant. Should I tell him? What?
I mean,
Like
you
a
could,
fucking
but
cartoon dog?
dude,
like-
sometimes there's really good sauce.
Oh my god!
I'll
but
lick
use a
barbecue
fucking,
sauce off of the plate.
Like I don't. You know what I do is I use my finger to wipe it up, and then I lick my finger.
That's worse. What you could
How
do
is that
is
worse?
get him a bunch of slices of white bread because you can use that to sop up extra sauces too.
I will mention. There's just some really good, like my boyfriend, 25, masturbates in front of me, 24, to porn after we fight, despite it hurting me. He's like,
That's a weird dominance thing.
yeah, you know.
That's like, I think apes will do that as like a sign of aggression. Like, hey, fuck you. I don't even care that you're here.
There was actually a really great one of these though that gives you like life affirming in humanity. This guy is asking, "Am I gay?" And he's talking about how he goes to the bar to like look for women and stuff, and then he met this guy at a bar, basically, or at a
And
bar.
that guy's name was Lance.
at the gym. Sorry, he goes to a gym, you know, to work out, and he met a guy at a gym who spotted him. They became friends, you know, and he's like, "Am I gay? I like this guy. I mean, I don't like think about guys in a sexual way, but like, you know, like." Anyway, and then like there's an update saying, "Oh, hey, by the way, I'm dating that guy now, and I'm gay."
Aw.
And it's like, oh, that's so nice. So I just wanted to end it with a nice one, like, hey, finally found what he was looking for.
And I bet they have very muscular, vigorous sex together.
Yeah, that seems. I can't even imagine that. For me, it's like is the least amount of effort possible. It sounds terrible. But I mean, you know, I'm not a workout boy.
Yeah. You didn't
I
meet
don't know
Boren
anymore.
at the gym.
Anyway, I thought that was really fun though. Here's one final relationship question.
Fuck you.
These are so good. This one's just a joke. How do I convince my girlfriend that the Cheesecake Factory is a great restaurant?
I think you mentioned that one last week.
That's really good.
You just have to
You
take it
can't.
there.
It's a shitty restaurant.
Get some
hate it.
get some food from a different restaurant.
They have some good cheesecake.
Have them bring
but
it up.
Next
Well,
week,
yeah, it's right from the factory. It's like getting Guinness from the factory in Ireland. It's just a
right out of
spigot
the-
of cheesecake.
It's like getting it right out of the spigot, you know, like Jim Beam. You know, it's right from the distillery. It's fresh from the source.
You know,
Next week
I just really like a barrel-aged cheesecake.
Me
Oh,
too.
Get
yeah.
that shit on some oak for a couple of years.
Oh, the oakiness of this cheesecake is delicious.
Oh no,
Anyway.
that's just botulism. My bad.
Anyway, I am John_Danger on Twitter.com. Also, make sure to check out our Discord, which you can find on the website borninthE80s.net. There's a link on the left.
It's also
Join it.
YOLO420.com/borninthE80s.
Yeah, I also post free game codes. We got a Steam code free for World
Yeah.
of Goo.
I've played that. It's a good game. You
It
should
is
play
good. It's
that.
also going to be free on the Epic Game Store in a month, but play it now on Steam for free because I
Yeah.
have already own it and I have a second copy.
All right, I'm Matt Haig. You can go to youtube.com/MattHaigMusic and see the new music video that I will have posted by the time this episode comes out.
Sure you will.
And just like, comment, subscribe, and smash that bell.
Stick your face into a bird's butthole.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
Labo VR. I'm gonna do that at some point this weekend.
I'm TJ May. That's at May of May 84 on Twitter. DM me your endgame spoilers. Please do that. I'm expecting them. You can also follow me on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/May of May. I do want to start streaming this weekend, but I'm crazy busy. I'm going to make something work. And next week, I do want to talk about Cobra Kai Season 2 because it came out
Yes.
yesterday. I watched the whole fucking thing, and I needed to sit a little bit because there's a lot to unpack there.
All
A
right.
lot. And
It's a
then maybe I'll
cliffhanger.
finish Final Fantasy 1 by the time
Yeah,
that happens.
guys, we gotta play the Fortnite
The Avengers
endgame
thing.
mode.
Yeah, I was looking
not-
at
It's
that.
in Season 3.
It sounds like a game that I actually would like to play and not a battle royale game.
What are the rules? Is it like team
Uh,
versus team?
It's 20 versus 20 with limited lives, pools for each, and there's the Avengers side where they can find hidden Avengers weapons on the map, and then the Thanos side where they can find hidden Infinity Stones on the map that give them Thanos powers.
Fuck yeah.
It sounds awesome.
That
Like it's
sounds
like an epic team deathmatch. Yeah, and the bad guys all have like jetpacks, unlimited jetpacks, can fly everywhere, you know, but they don't have a lot of like powers, whereas the humans can get like, you know, Thor's axe and stuff. So I don't
Yeah.
know, it sounds really fun. When like, because battle royale is boring to me.
Yeah.
A crazy
big
fun
team
online
battles.
thing. Yeah, the team battles are fun.
Yeah.
Like that
Right.
50 versus 50 team battle mode was fun.
Yeah, I wish
I
that
just
was
felt like-
permanent.
Is it?
No, I wish it was permanent.
Yeah, I would play
That-
that, because it
that's
was just manic building fun.
Like we first started playing with Fortnite, that was the like mode. And I
Yes.
thought that was just part of the game. So
No.
I was really sad when it went away.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just like running around and getting killed by people that are way better at the game than you.
All right,
Yep.
goodbye,
Yep.
America.
Good
Bye-bye,
night.
everybody.